Money Morning Live. It's time that we get into the digital asset segment of the day. To do this, we bring our good friend Nick Black and all of his digital heavyweights here to the main room in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Eric.
What's up, Nick? How you doing, buddy?
Do you know how to make $2 million trading squiggly lines?
I'm not much of a trader myself, but
I'm going to give you guys a secret. You ready? Everybody lean in.
I'm nervous.
Everybody lean in. I'm about to tell you how to make $2 million trading squiggly lines. Start with 4 million. You nailed it.
Oh, man. You got a lot of squiggly line traders that may not love that comment there, Nick.
I don't care what they love. They're going to get broke. They're going to be made stupid. In 18 months, they're going to be like, oh, man, I wish someone had told me about crypto. Dummies.
I hope none of
people
them
need
listening.
to be shake. You need to shake people and slap the S out of them. I don't know why. Maybe I should just, you know what? Maybe I should take a different tact. Maybe people want to be poor. Maybe people want to do a bunch of work for nothing. Tons and tons of work for nothing. That sounds awesome. Hey, if you want to do that, go work at a homeless shelter where at least you make a difference.
I work here for the love and passion of the job, Nick. And for the time I get to spend with you. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, God.
Hey, I got a question. What's the plan for the show today? What are we talking about?
Well, we're going to go through questions first. And we're going to tackle the questions. And then as they may have relative little connections to the market, then we'll talk about the markets and we'll answer other questions that may come up. But this is Q&A time, man. This Q&A, this for the people.
Like right now is Q&A time? We're going in right away? No waiting?
We're going straight in.
Oh, okay. So what that also means is from the chat, we can grab questions as well. It's not just the prepackaged stuff.
Do whatever we want. We have 26 minutes to do whatever we want.
I like the sound of that. Well, they can't censor you, Nick. How about this question to start some things out from TC? Do you think the U.S. will follow the People's Republic of Canada and ban stablecoins in order to force the U.S. to use their new Biden buck crypto?
Okay, I'm gonna sidestep all of the political missiles you just fired.
Good.
Because it's clear, TC, you got some thoughts on that. And I don't really have any political stance in any of this. I will say this. There is the, when you're looking at, let's think about the US dollar, and let's think about what stable coins represent. It's clear based on some new information that the US dollar is eroding, starting to lose a little bit of ground to the Chinese currency. Is some of that because of their rollout of their CBDC? I don't know. I don't think any of that's really clear yet, but the US dollar is losing ground as the world's reserve currency. Now, what currency outside the US does everybody want to hold rather than their own currency? US dollars. So anti-stablecoin, anti-US dollar stablecoin regulation is really stupid. And it's just intellectually stupid. But then you say, well, what about my octogenarian representatives and senators? Well, they are intellectually stupid, most of them. And the reason they're intellectually stupid is not because they're stupid people. Some of them maybe. It's because the incentive model for getting reelected is not maybe the same as the incentive structure or the mechanism design behind balancing a budget. So not too many politicians get elected with the let's raise taxes, let's stop building bridges, let's stop giving money away platform. They go away. They don't get elected. The ones that get elected are the ones that are like, we're going to give money to everyone. You never have to pay it back. You got college expenses, gone. You want us to build some stupid bridges on top of bridges? Done. We're going to employ everyone to do nothing. There'll be 7 of you standing around a ditch. Yes, you're all going to get paid. That's how you get elected. You don't get elected by saying it's time to tighten the belt. And so we will run these ever increasing deficits. The other thing, and this is getting into the macro, but you have to understand that this idea of having the world's reserve currency is kind of, there's 2-pronged kind of flaw to it. And that was Triffin's dilemma or Triffin's paradox, if you guys Want to do some fun research? I know that no one likes actually learning about any of this stuff because it's so boring, but in the 60s, Robert Triffin came forward and he gave a bunch of speeches. He talked to Congress, everybody, and anyone that would listen. He said, listen, if you're, there's the exorbitant privilege of being the world's reserve currency creator. It can be an exorbitant burden because you constantly have to provide not only currency units, printing currency units to maintain business affairs and accounts inside your nation, but outside your nation if you want the world's reserve currency. Meaning you have competition for the currency. There's always liquidity squeezes and shortages, ergo the euro dollar system, ergo eventually crypto. And doing that creates a lot of constraints on budget. It means you're going to have to run ever increasing budgets, deficits, and it means that in your race to kind of provide worldwide liquidity, you punish the manufacturing sector in the US. So, and these are not speculations. These are cold, hard facts and realities of real basic macroeconomics. In the same way that the Fed doesn't and never has printed money, that is a cold, hard fact. If you don't get that, you're just not looking at the world the way it is. You're through some cognitive dissonance structure in your brain or some gossip at the water cooler or listening to a dummy guru, you're just going down the wrong path. I don't know what to tell you, but as to your question, will Canada do that? Well, Canada's not the US. So would Canada say we don't want a US-based stable coin proliferating inside Canadian? I don't know. I think it's a failure of them to understand or grapple with the liquidity needs of society. If humans need liquidity, they will create liquidity. That's why the euro dollar system, it was born into existence almost instantly. Way before the gold shock when Nixon left. That wasn't a shock to anybody. Hard money can't back currency. Doesn't work because you can't have you need a currency that can expand and contract with business cycles and population cycles and things like that. You can't. It's like common sense 101. People don't want common sense. Anyway, next question.
You went in depth on that one, Nick. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, so many, because people have most of this right, but then they'll have one or two bits of it wrong. And then, you start drawing assumptions that may lead at an investment decision. And if it's completely flawed, your portfolio looks like dog stuff. Gotcha. You don't want dog stuff. Man, you ever step in dog stuff? Those shoes are ruined. It doesn't matter. You can clean them in nitric acid. For some reason, 17 years later, you'll be at a party and someone will go, "You smell that?" And you instantly start panicking, thinking it's your shoes.
Like, and maybe it is.
Remember in 1986, that one time I stepped in? Yeah, that's it. They can smell it.
You got to retire the shoes. Hey, Nick, I picked this question from Big Cap J. Fun fact, you know that he only writes in capital letters. And
he's screaming. He's screaming.
He's frequently screaming at us, but he has a question.
Okay,
and
Eric, you have to read it the way he wrote it.
Okay. Nicholas, do you know? Oh, no. I know. Shouldn't have said anything. Nick, do you know why the fetch bridge is not working?
Yeah, but he didn't put a question mark. It could be a statement.
He's caps. He's not punctuation. Fetch bridge, though.
Right, we don't know.
That often happens, right? The fetch bridge. I actually had some stuff stuck on there for a while, but I think it was Coinbase.
They're trying to upgrade it, and so I read an announcement even like just a few days ago on their Telegram, like, bear with us, we're upgrading it. The workaround is just to go purchase your fetch. If you want the native tokens to go stake them, just go purchase them on Kraken. Those are already native tokens, and you can fire them out once you've created a Cosmos Station wallet. You can fire them into the fetch wallet, because in Cosmos Station you can create a whole bunch of wallets. Create a fetch wallet inside Cosmos Station. You'll have a receive address. You can send from Kraken directly to that receive address. Always, if you're sending, try a small, tiny test transaction of the minimum amount, whatever the fee is. Let's say the fee is $5. Send $10, right, of the asset, just to make sure it gets there. I still do every time a test transaction of an amount, whatever the amount is you don't want to lose. Do a test transaction.
Smart play.
Safe, man.
I recently didn't do a test transaction, and it took hours to go through, and I was very worried. So I will be doing them moving forward. Another question from Joe 0422 heavyweight punching. What to do if overweight in AGIX don't want to sell any?
Don't sell any.
Easy.
Yeah, look, it doesn't, you've got to do what you feel most comfortable with. If you see a future where the AGIX token is, listen, if AGIX had the same market cap as Dogecoin, the dumbest of the dummy coins, the original dummy meme stupid coin. So if you think that, benevolent AI as it approaches AGI, artificial general intelligence, has more value than Dogecoin, or at least the same value, then that would make the price of AGIX somewhere around $8.30, $8.60. Well, currently AGIX is, like 51 cents. $8.50 is better than 51 cents. It's better by like 17x. So if you like that and you like all of the airdrops that you get by holding AGIX and simply registering and then claiming those airdrops throughout the year, like they already did with Singularity DAO, like they already did with NewNet, like they're about to do with Rejuve, like they will be doing with Hypercycle and True AGI and Cogito and Sophia DAO and all of these new projects that are coming. Hold it. Hold the token. If you like it, you got to sleep at night. I have a lot of AGIX because in my portfolio, it represented about 10%, about 8% of my portfolio. And then it did a 12x in a month and a half, 1200% in a month and a half. I mean, you squiggly line guys, you know what I'm talking about, right? We can all high five each other. We all did 1200% last month, right? Woo! Every one of us, all of us. Oh no. Maybe I'm assuming too much. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? So if you like these assets and they go up really fast, when I was early Cardano, my price in Cardano was a little over 2.5 cents, 2.6 or 2.7 cents. So when Cardano it was up at $3 in 2021, $3 and almost 20 cents, $3 and 10, but I think the close was whatever, 309, but $3 from 2.7 cents. So that's 120x or something, or 110x. So it looked disproportionately large. I did take, 10x, take some profit, I take profit along the way, park half of it in stablecoin, half of it I take out of the system, pay off whatever bills I have, although I don't have any bills. But if you can sleep at night with your portfolio, that's all that matters. You don't need my confirmation. And if I told you, oh, you should probably sell it and get it back down to percentage, and then it goes up a 10x, you would not be my fan. You would probably hate me and send me boxes of dog poo. I don't want that. Not again.
Good tip. No one wants a box of poop.
No one wants a bag of that.
Speaking of AGIX, we had this question just come through the chat, and I don't know if you would recommend staking AGIX, but what's the best way? So I would say, is it better to stake it somewhere for a low percentage or to get the rewards by holding it on MetaMask?
Well, you would stake it through MetaMask anyway.
Okay.
So if you have it on MetaMask and you were going to stake it at Singularity Net, you could do that and you get like 1%. I don't even know if it's 1%. It's like it's 1% a year, so it's very small. In my opinion, not worth staking it. Just have it on your wallet. Make sure it's a safe wallet, and wait for them to announce the airdrops, and then go in and click the registration form and get your little airdrops. And every 2, 3, 4 months, get airdrops and get airdrops and get airdrops. There's going to be a certain point where so many people are just holding AGIX for the airdrops that there will be none available on the market. I mean, why on earth would you leave your tokens on an exchange? Doesn't make any sense. So definitely get your AGIX off of any exchange and into your MetaMask wallet. I just don't know why that would make. Yeah, I don't know why you would do anything else.
Do you recommend that for all tokens that can be moved to MetaMask? Would you rather hold it on MetaMask than in a Coinbase?
No,
or
because
something?
all tokens can't be moved to MetaMask. All tokens are not ERC20 tokens. So I think that the safest thing to do is, if you're going to stake an asset, stake it as close to the protocol as you can. If you're going to stake Fetch or Cosmos, stake it. I like Cosmos Station, those wallets. If you're going to stake Cardano, have a dataless wallet. If you're going to stake Ethereum, good effing luck. If you're going to stake Matic, go directly to Matic through Polygon's network on MetaMask. That's a Meta, because it's a side chain / layer 2. So always go as close as you can to the protocol. But aside from that, MetaMask is a great fix for Ethereum-based assets. There's also a bunch of Cardano wallets, and there's a bunch of, like, all of these protocols now have wallets, and most of them have decentralized exchanges. So I know that's not an easy answer, but crypto's not easy. That's why we all get rich. If it was easy, grandma would do it. And if it was really easy, squiggly line traders would do it.
Oof.
Burn.
I'm going to have to deal with all this later on, Nick, just saying. But another question here. This has to do with registry. So obviously you can't take people through in this session steps on how to register AGIX and Singularity DAO. But what would you tell someone that has this type of a question? They're looking to register or do something like that.
Well, let me add James's question. How many wallets with AGIX? As many as you want that have more than 2,500 tokens. So I was always worried about whale hunting, where they would basically punish people that had big. They don't do it quite so much, but to make it look like the little guy is in charge, they would give a slightly bigger proportion of airdrops to people with smaller accounts. So I broke up all of my AGIX into chunks of 250,000. And I just started opening wallet after wallet after wallet on MetaMask. So I have a bunch of wallets with 250 on each one, and I register each and every one of them. Because all you do is, they'll have a registration page. You go to it. You simply, it'll click Connect Wallet. It'll say Connect Wallet. You click the Connect button. You choose the MetaMask wallet. It will read the wallet and say, okay, cool, click this. You'll click, and you do a little confirmation. That's it. It's basically just telling the network, hey, look for this wallet and look for this amount of tokens. But once they start doing snapshots, you can add to it, but do not subtract from it, because you'll get screwed, especially like what they did with NewNet. If you participated in all of the snapshots and you did it correctly, you got an airdrop number 1, number 2, number 3, and then number 4 if you participated in all 3. People that came in on number 2 and number 3, they didn't get number 1, and they also didn't get number 4. And number 4 was a big one. Big one. So
that's nice. Once
you park your tokens there, and we start doing these, like Rejuve is the next one that's coming, the Rejuve tokens, and you start getting your airdrops, don't move your AGIX. I'm going to get 100,000 emails. I don't understand why don't move your tokens. There. That probably means I'll only get 20,000 emails.
All right. Well, if you yell it louder, maybe you'll get less. I have another question here. This is a good question from Larry Lava. Are your percentages and how you break down your portfolio measured in dollars or token numbers?
When you go buy a car, do you go buy a car for tokens or dollars?
I buy it in dollars.
Yep.
So what you're saying is if AGIX,
you measure it in dollars, you need some. Now, if you live in Europe, maybe you measure it in pounds. Whatever currency you interact in the world with, that's kind of how you measure it. Real quick, remember 001 you had a hack of MetaMask. No, you didn't. You didn't get hacked. You disclosed your private keys or passphrase. Own it. Just own it. Listen, I have a client who has millions of dollars in crypto, and he got one of his MetaMask accounts nuked. And the first message he got was, I've been hacked. That's not a hack. A hack is when some clever coder puts a piece of code together and does some old, Whopper type badass Matthew Broderick stuff, and gets in behind the scenes and does some magic. And you're like, oh my God. And they changed the DEFCON level. That's a hack. What you got was you clicked on a malicious link, or you disclosed to somebody your private keys or passphrase. And that ain't a hack, bro. You leave your wallet on, that's like you leave your wallet on a park bench and you walk off and you're like, I've been hacked. No, you left your wallet on a park bench. Oh, maybe your pants have been hacked by the dryer and the pocket's broken.
So it's that
Pants
kind of
hack.
a hack. All right, fair
Pants
enough.
hack.
Okay, another question from another new member here, Nick. How much Ethereum should one hold? And I guess we could talk about percentages. What do you feel?
Eric, how
comfortable with?
many hats should you own?
Hats? I have a lot of hats. I have a lot of hats.
Eric likes a lot of hats.
So
Eric,
it depends
ask me.
on Nick. You don't have many hats, do you?
I have them, but they're back. You can see them. I have a Monday Morning Live hat.
You do? I don't have a Monday Morning Live hat. What?
I have a Cardano Summit hat. I have a CBOE hat. And I have a Trading TV, which is rebranded to Atlas Asset Management hat.
Look at that. So you would say what someone wants their portfolio to look like, how they decide to.
I'm not a big fan of Ethereum. I think there's better ways to make money. And listen, I don't have any ideological specifications to my investments. I just want to make more currency units. I don't care how I get there. So, Ethereum doesn't, to me, seem like I don't look at Ethereum at $1,630 and go, ooh, that's an easy 10x. It doesn't look like that. I don't know if short of hyperinflationary, like psychotic money printing, we ever get to a $16,000 Ethereum. But if I look at Cardano at 34 cents, I say, do we get to $3.40? Well, we already got to $3.20. So it's a little easier to achieve those goals and help to multiply or add multiples to your portfolio. And I think that's all you're trying to do is add multiples to your portfolio. So for me, Ethereum's not super exciting. And Ethereum's not issuing new tokens. They're going to unlock millions of tokens. We were just talking about that. Eric and I were just talking about that. And the unlock, the tokens that are being unlocked, and this is this month, the majority of those, the aggregate price of those tokens is a little bit over $2,000. So I don't know, does that make people, I mean, if you unlock a bunch of tokens and the demand is the same and you increase the available supply, I mean, go to your economics 101. If you increase supply and demand is the same, price must drop. That's the pressure valve, right? Tika said 10,000 is what it would be worth. He wants to debate you. Tika doesn't want to debate me. Tika doesn't even know how many Bitcoin there are. Go listen to, in one of his videos, I think he said there was 200 million Bitcoin. Listen, Tika knows what the teleprompter says. Let's just leave it at that. Tika knows teleprompter. Did you know that Tika doesn't even own any crypto assets? None. Not one freaking token. Nothing.
Nothing. Interesting. Well, I have one last question here, Nick. Yeah, you can drop it right there. This one has to do with tax season. I know we get this every year. Any thoughts and recommendations for crypto tax reporting software?
And even if I did, I wouldn't say it. I'm not going to be in that daisy chain of lawsuits. Chip does something silly and all of a sudden Nick gets sued 14 months later. You told me to use cryptotax.com. My name's Bennett. I ain't in it. Do your research. We are not a tax, a financial auditing firm making recommendations. I don't know which is the best tax software. I just know this. When I do my taxes and then I run it through like the thing that says, do you want to buy the insurance on audits? I do, because it's like $120. Why? Because then you got someone to blame. That's why you have an accountant or a CPA, so that you can have someone to blame, someone to go with you to the IRS.
Hey, Nick, why don't we take 1 minute or 2 minutes and just look at some of the assets right now that you think are hot right now in the market before we go?
Well, we don't really need to do that. I mean, we can look at the market, but we're going to discuss all this on the heavyweights tomorrow. So yeah. What do I think is hot? Well, today everything's red. Look, red, 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 the whole thing. It's all red. Well, oh no, not NewNet. Okay, NewNet's up 7.5%. Man, it's only up 750% on the last 3 months.
I like that one.
I'm gonna have to sell that dog.
Free airdrop.
Yeah, that was, we got a lot of, oh man, we got so many free tokens. I got like 250,000 tokens for free.
That's funny. I didn't get that many tokens, Nick. I wonder why you got more than me.
I mean, the number's not important. It's how you use it. That's one I think. Listen, they're building. Side note: they're building a competitor to GPT, to OpenAI's ChatGPT, their generative pre-trained transformer network. And we did last week, I think last week or the week before, we did a big breakdown, an explanation of what these pre-trained transformer networks are, how they work, like nitty gritty, kind of how they work. So if you didn't see that, if you're a heavyweight, go back and look for that. It's one of the videos from last week, maybe Wednesday or maybe Friday. But anyway, we went into the GPTs and we really kind of broke them down so that you understand exactly what it is you're looking at and how they're serving up these word associations, and how you're getting the information you are. And no, these GPT systems do not have intuition. These are just really smart chatbots. They are really smart because of the word associations they draw, but that's all they are. They're not, this is not intuition or anything like that.
All right, Nick. Well, why don't you take a second, let everyone know what goes down in Digital Heavyweights when you're there and how they could join up so they don't miss out. And then we're going to close up the show and open up the room for, well, tell everyone what happens, man. Let's go.
All of it.
Everything?
It all happens. It all happens in the Digital Heavyweights. I mean, I'm probably not going to convince anybody that they're doing anything wrong. People that are, bleeding their eyes out day in and day out to scratch out, 4%, 6%, a 19% trade. Just your thinking's all wrong, and you're probably not cut of heavyweight cloth, and that's okay. If you have longer term vision and you want to study psychology and cognitive bias and human intuition and a little bit of math, which occasionally includes some algebra and calculus, and a little bit of political science, a little bit of game theory, a lot of game theory, and you want to actually make investments instead of trades, and you want to actually grow your portfolio instead of break even or just grind down to nothing, to the point where you just want to, break a bunch of fluorescent light bulbs into your soup and just drink it, then maybe you should give the heavyweights a look. But it's not easy. You're not going to just click join heavyweights and get rich. It is work. It is like a university experience. It's a lot of work, and most people probably don't have the capacity for that. So I guess this is a takeaway close. Good luck. Good luck with your squiggly lines. We're building cloud cities in the heavyweights. And then when all the zombies are attacking all the normies, we'll just be up there looking down like, dang. They're going to get that fat kid first.
He's just slower, or maybe injured. All right,
He's
Nick,
slower.
let's
It's
get out
not
of
his
here,
fault. He's zombie bait. All right, stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything. My poor and solvent drunk, struggling on meth grandmother, or Eric, or Brandon, who's not Nancy Pelosi, or Emeg, or Elizabeth, or Ryan, or Garrett, or Rachel wouldn't do. That's a lot, but it is what it is. And I bid you a fond pew-pew.
1,254%, 995%, 824%, and 491%. These numbers are some of the top percentage gains that members of Digital Heavyweights are seeing in their model portfolio right